let's start again with a point. Let's call that point point A. And what I'm curious about is all of the points on my screen right over here that are exactly 2 centimeters away from A. So 2 centimeters on my screen is about that far. So clearly, if I start at A and I go 2 centimeters in that direction, this point right over there is 2 centimeters from A. If I call that point point B, then I could say line segment AB is 2 centimeters. The length is 2 centimeters. Remember, this would refer to the actual line segment. I could say this looks nice, but if I talk about its length, I would get rid of that line on top and I would just say AB is equal to 2. If I wanted to put units, I could say 2 centimeters. But I'm not curious just about B. I want to think about all the points, the set of all of the points that are exactly 2 centimeters away from A. So I could go 2 centimeters in the other direction, maybe get to point C right over here. So AC is also going to be equal to 2 centimeters, but I could go 2 centimeters in any direction. And so if I find the set of all of the points that are exactly 2 centimeters away from A, I will get a very familiar looking shape like this. And I'm trying to draw it freehand. So I would get a shape that looks like this. And actually, let me point to the center. So
you might think that this student is diligent, but in reality, he is facing a crisis.
One radius, and then you have another.
It's currently 11 p.m. This student has school tomorrow. Let's see what happens when he goes to school tomorrow. Melatonin is the hormone that causes sleepiness and drowsiness. Additionally, it peaks at midnight and it decreases in morning. Melatonin is an amino acid that's derived from a hormone called tryptophan. Once melatonin is produced, it will be secreted into the bloodstream and the cerebrospinal fluid, where it will convey signals to distant organs. In humans and most mammals, melatonin production is driven by the master circadian clock, otherwise known as a region of the brain called the suprachiasmatic nuclei. The suprachiasmatic nuclei are linked directly to light input. During the light of day, the suprachiasmatic nuclei inhibits melatonin production by sending messages to the pineal gland. In the darkness of night, the suprachiasmatic nuclei becomes less active, and the pineal gland begins to produce and excrete more melatonin. The problem with high schoolers in the 21st century is the amount of artificial light they receive, mainly during the night. Students are often forced to use their electronic devices to work through the night, finishing homework, projects, or maybe even studying for an upcoming test. Because of this, artificial light from their laptops and mobile phones alter their circadian rhythm by messing with suprachiasmatic nuclei light inputs, affecting the amount of melatonin produced by the body. Based on a 2009 survey monitoring the risk of adolescent behavior, only 31% of high school students get 8 hours of sleep. The other 69% suffer from sleep deprivation, which directly correlates to the declination of the student's academic performance and health. Additionally, students nowadays suffer from more stress, causing difficulty in sleeping. Not to mention the growing habit of drinking coffee, which contains the chemical caffeine, which binds with our adenosine receptors and makes us feel less sleepy. Don't be like the editors who edited this video at 12 o'clock in the morning. One way to improve your sleeping habit is by not drinking coffee. Some other recommendations include sleeping earlier, if you can, avoiding artificial light, and setting your sleeping schedule with an alarm. You can use your phone.
ho!